All right, Danielle is joining me over here. I don't know. I am live on TikTok for like the first time in my life. All right, let's give it a few minutes. Hey, girl, I am live. I'm pulling a Jessie Lee Ward right now. I'm live on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. Oh, my goodness. Okay, here's what we're talking about today. We are talking about, I've had a lot of messages already about submitting comments to the FTC. I went in and submitted my comment today. Hey, Tanya, I went in and submitted my comment today, and I noticed that there were only 118 comments so far. What the hell? That ain't going to do it. So we are going to do a live lunchtime. Hi. I feel like the energy of being live in so many places. I understand why Bossly is like, so we're going to do a quick little workshop, not really workshop, but you can ask questions. I'm going to do my best to, oh my God, Hattie Rowe was on here for a second. Hattie is that brilliant British creator that I don't know if she's still here. She probably is not still here, but she's fabulous. All right. So I'm going to share my screen to show you guys how to submit your comments. Oh my gosh. Why? Okay. I'm not dealing with this today. I don't really want to do the work today. I don't really want to do the work today. I don't really want to do the work today. All right. So here we go. Is that going to work? Oh my God. This is not happening. No, I can't. Guys, if y'all just came to my live to watch me struggle with Google Chrome, well then that's great. That's just great. Oh, good Lord. Chrome has lost permission to capture your screen. I'm
rude.
How rude? How rude. What are you talking about? All right, everybody hold for technical difficulties. What the? Okay, anyhow, so if you don't know what's going on, let's give a recap. The FTC has asked for our help in submitting comments to, yes, literally all aboard the struggle bus, to submit comments to give our experiences on how MLMs can give deceptive income claims, how they can make us think that when we join an MLM, we're going to make money, that we're going to make, and just any money. And I'm not even talking about a full-time income, anything like that. We're talking about them just saying, you're going to make money. Point blank. And then you get in and you realize that you have way more costs than you need to. The average income is not what you even came close to thinking it was going to be. So you get into the MLM and you realize this is all very untrue. So that's what we're talking about when we talk about the FTC needing our comments. All right, let me just see if I can fix this. Customize your Chrome profile. No, I don't want that. Oh my God. I don't know why this isn't letting me do what I need to do. Fudge. Go to System Preferences. Unlock this screen by selecting the lock in the bottom left corner. What? System Preference. Oh, I see. Okay. Nope, that's still not doing what I want it to do. Okay, so, but I can answer questions for you right now. If you have questions about how to submit a comment, I was going to show you my browser, and now it's just being a straight up jerkwad, and I can't. So unfortunately, I can't show you because then I'm going to have to restart Chrome, and my entire plan is kaput. So let me talk you through it. Are there 228 people on TikTok right now? Stop it. Are you serious? Stop it. What? That can't be real. You can't be real. Any vacation plans for the summer? Mr. Bones, I'm not talking about summer vacation right now. We're talking about making genuine change in multi-level marketing by submitting comments on the FTC. So here's what I want you to do. You're going to, if you're like, I don't know what comment to write, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to do. What you're going to do is you want to go to MLMchange.org. Let me put a banner in. You want to go to MLM Change, www.mlmchange.org. All right. This is where you want to go. I can't put it. Let me put it in the comments here. Can I even comment on my own? Interact. I don't even think I can comment on my own TikTok live. Guys, I'm so new to TikTok. Oh, comment. www.mlmchange.org. Is that our new jingle? Danielle, is that our new jingle?
Yeah, it is. Yes, they are looking for personal anecdotes, but also just like literally anything you can say about any sort of experience that
Say
you have.
what you want to say. Yes. So if you have not been directly affected by an MLM, but you know other people that have, you can still submit a comment and say, this is what I saw. This was my experience. Your experience doesn't necessarily need to be that you lost money, you were manipulated into joining an MLM. That does not have to be your experience. But if you saw someone else's experience, and it can be literally anyone, the website to actually go to fill this out is at the Federal Register. Okay. And that website is federalregister.gov. Okay. And you're going to click on the link that says, what does the link say? Because it takes me right to it. Deceptive or unfair earnings claims. And this doesn't even just specifically mean for MLMs. We're talking about Amazon and Uber Eats and all these. I went from 200 people on TikTok to 21. I must not be engaging over here. It is taking admin law this semester in school, and I have some cool info about the comment period. Love to hear that. Please message that to me. What was I saying?
So the link is broken. If you try to go through Instagram, fix that. You just need to type it into your browser for right now.
Yeah, we'll get it fixed. Don't worry. Michelle at Fallible Spoonie, who created the entire thing, she is she's amazing and she'll get it fixed. No problem. So I don't know, being into live on TikTok has made me super anxious. I'm like super anxious, like trying to monitor all of this. My ADHD. Do you see this scratching? Like I'm red. I got nervous, you guys. All right. So what are your questions? If you have questions about submitting a comment to the FTC, now is the time. Hopefully Danielle is going to help me look at these comments on Instagram. I'm going to keep here. Margot Kate says agencies typically decide their course of action before the comment period. So it's a great sign. Okay. That's great. That regardless of comments, the FTC has already decided to further regulate MLMs in some way. Oh, cool. So they're looking for, I guess, backup support, people to be like, yes, this is, this is definitely something that we want to be doing. So what questions you have about support, like what kind of comment, how can I answer your questions? Because I've been looking, you can read the comments, they become public. Once the FTC kind of like reads them and accepts them, they become public and you can read them. There are some comments on here that are like 2 pages long. And there are some comments in here that are like just a paragraph that say, this was my experience and it was not great and I lost money and here's why. And that's totally okay if that is the comment that you want to leave. I can't believe I scratched myself so hard that I've got like scratch marks on my chest. This is craziness. So what questions can I answer? Anybody? Because a number of you messaged me and were like, I have questions. So let's do it. Let's ask your questions. Otherwise I'm just going to start singing. And everybody wants that. Let's be honest. And I put on my blue lip today. So like, let's go. And there are comments against regulations. There are comments against regulations. That's why we need to flood the comments section. Thank you. We need to flood the comments section with why the regulations need to happen. MLMs don't want the regulations because they know that they're going to lose money. They're going to lose people who might be recruited. But in the comment that I left, my eyeliner is totally not even. God, why? Every time. In the comment I left, I said that my upline told me how much money she made in her MLM for that year. And because I was like, oh, that is more than I make in my salary, I thought, well, if she can do it, then I can do it, which is not entirely true for 99.7% of people. And when I joined, I still believed that it was going to be mainly from the sales. So then I started seeing and realizing that it was because she had a huge downline. Even though she definitely sold. It's not that she was just like coasting by. She had, PV of like 2,000 some months. But in order to make that living without her downline, she would have had to sell $11,000 in product. That's crazy. Penny says, I had an Optavia rep imply that she was a certified dietitian. Is there an area to complain about that? Yes. Danielle, what specifically is the area to complain about medical and health claims, saying that somebody's a certified dietitian if they're not?
I believe that you still make it to the FTC.
I think it's, so the FTC has a complaint section, like where you can complain or like report, and we can find that link for you for sure. But yeah, are they talking proposals for like specific roles we might like to see? Are they taking proposals for regulations? I believe so. Listen, I wish I could share my damn screen. MLMchange.org has tons of info of specifically the types of like comments that they are looking for. So let me see if I can find, nope, that's not doing what I wanted to do.
Dave just made a really good point that like you can go and look at the other comments that are made.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you don't know what to write, like go look at someone. Do not copy and paste. Do not copy and paste. Use it as a guide to what you want to write. Right,
exactly. Danielle just brought up a good point that came from Dave Vaughn. Do not copy and paste. That's why we're not making a template that's like, just fill this out and then put your name on it. Because if they think that they're being spammed, it's not going to seem as genuine, because we are genuine, right? And we do want to make this easy, but we also want it to be that this is a real issue that we want to address. So what you need to do is you can go look at the comments that are currently there to kind of get an idea. Do they want the name of the company? It doesn't matter. You can give the name of the company. You cannot give the name of the company. I did. Why do these MLM companies make you buy a product pack to join their company? Well, okay, so let's answer this question. Why do these MLM companies make you buy a product pack to join their company? I mean, it's part of what they're going to say is you have to be a product of the product. It's business tools. If you don't have the product, how are you going to be able to effectively sell the product if you don't have it, right? Then they're going to say any business is a startup, has startup costs. You have to have inventory. That's what they will always say to you. When in reality, oh, my blue lipstick is going crazy today. In reality, it's because you're the customer. The rep is the customer. When you sign up, when you see MLM say, we had $10 billion in sales, I'm throwing out a crazy number. What they're not telling you is how much of that sales was starter packs, flash sales that their consultants bought, right? We see Monet have flash sales all the time, and their consultants buy those flash sales all the time. So that's why it's a way to manipulate you into buying the product. CR, what would be the best thing for someone who has never been in an MLM to state to the FTC that MLMs are so very bad? They have nearly torn about 2 of my friendships and bankrupt one of my friends. That story. I don't think there's anything wrong. So here's the thing. If you've not had the exact experience, but you have an experience of a friend who went bankrupt, you can share that story. You don't need to provide like, here's my friend's bank statements, right? You can share that story though. If you see income claims, if you see Instagram posts where people are saying, you could, like right now, Lime Life reps, do I have lipstick on my teeth? No. Lime Life reps are being like, you can make up to $1,000 in your first month. That is an income claim, because you can't realistically necessarily make up to $1,000 in that first month. So your comments do not have to be necessarily, this was my experience, this is what I witnessed. Your comments can be, I have studied, I have seen, I have learned, I have whatever about the income claims, about the opportunity, right? They just need to see that the community of people who are anti-MLM is not just us creators being like, make a comment, but it is you people who are all watching our content, consuming our content. You are saying, because I've learned this is why I believe this thing. Has the FTC said they are making regulations based on the comments and complaints they get, or do they have regulations they are trying to implement regardless? Do we have an answer to that question? I think it's, here's the question, Danielle. Has the FTC said if they are making regulations based on the comments and complaints they get, or do they have regulations they are trying to implement regardless?
Sorry, I was reading
that's okay.
while you were talking.
Oh, that's okay. So I believe that the answer to that is, and based on what somebody said over here on TikTok, I believe that the they might have the regulations already ready to go. Basically, it's kind of saying, like, they're kind of saying, MLMs will have to provide the income disclosure statement as part of all the new hire stuff, as part of the recruitment. They will have to say, here is an income disclosure statement. Right now, they don't even have to have one. I was part of Perfectly Posh, and they still don't have one. They don't have an income disclosure statement. So that's what they would have to do. Okay, Michelle, can you guys like come onto the YouTube one? Why are y'all jumping on the Instagram one? But that's okay.
Okay, so also we're getting questions about, hey girl. About like making medical claims and things like that.
False, Crystal. You can support. Hold on, real quick. Anybody in any country, Canadian, wherever, Canada. I used to say Canada when I was in high school to be a jerk. Canada, you can submit comments. South Africa, you can submit comments. Australia, you can submit comments. They're taking comments from any country, and they do ask like, what country are you from? Mars. So you can do Mars. If you're in Mars, we actually have a Mars, Pennsylvania. So
you're in Mars.
I'm in Mars. Yeah. Why are my ears so red?
But yeah, so if you want to make a comment, like it's okay if you include the health claim, but or you're talking like the thing that this rule is about income claim. That's about the like business part of it. Obviously the health claims are super concerning, and if you know me or Michelle's story, like our stories are super connected to health claims.
Right.
So they are very near and dear to my heart, and I wish that they were making changes for this too, but they're not. It's not right now. Right.
And the health claims, that might be another battle for another time. But right now, this is about the income claims. And I think Jenny Wild said on TikTok over here, the really thing that's important is that it's not just, and if you're watching on Facebook, I can't see your comments. I don't understand. Facebook is weird. So I apologize if you're commenting and be like, Mallory hates me.
Are you on StreamYard?
Yo, I'm on Stream. I sent a link. I'm on StreamYard on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. I am Jessie Lee Warding the crap out of this right now. And I will continue to do. I'm going to do a 30-day hard. We're going to go 30-day run for the FTC comments. Let's go, people. Let's go.
I was thinking, like, I need like a power hour or something.
Right.
To do my comment, right?
Right. We need a power hour.
I want to answer a question in the chat real quick. I'm sure that you're like going through a list, but Emily, it's really quick. Yes, screenshots that you attach in your comment will be shown to the public.
Yes. Yes. But you can submit anonymously.
Up to the top of the website. What? Can you move your link for submitting a comment up to the top so it's not buried? Yeah. Thank you.
And then
right after the slides right now.
I am pulling a Boss Lee, Jessica Demures. Boss Lee, you have inspired me. Look at that. Look at that. The positive that came out of watching all of Boss Lee's videos. Okay. FTC Power Hour. Let's go. Somebody said, so this is not just MLMs though. This is for Amazon. Like if you do gig work for Amazon, this is if you do Uber Eats, this is if you do any kind of gig work that is an independent contractor, that any of these companies can't say. And I really don't think I've ever seen Amazon being like, you can make 6 figures in a month or make $1,000 your first month. Like I don't see that ever happening, but this regulation would be for all of these things, not just MLMs. The thing is though, MLMs are the biggest offender, let's say. So that's why I think that this is really, I've seen DoorDash pull stunts like that. Okay. And so let's, and
like advertisements and stuff right now where they're like saying like, you can pay off all this stuff like that. DoorDash themselves are making income claims.
So then, and that's the thing. DoorDash should not be doing that. Nobody is making a full-time income doing DoorDash. They're just not. Let's just call it exactly what it is. Nobody is doing DoorDash as a full-time job or at least making a full-time income. You're just not. Okay. So, and if you say you are likely lying. And I would love to see actual proof of that. And same thing with MLMs. I'm not going to say no one is making a full-time income, but when you join an MLM, you are enticed by, look at my big house. Look at how much money I make. You too can make a full-time income, or you too can make 6 figures. You too, like how much would $200 to $300 a month change your life? We hear, especially Brooke Banks, I was just watching one of her videos yesterday. She said that too. She's like, how much would $200 change your life? Well, if that $200, first, it's pre-tax. Second, how much product did you end up buying that month? And they don't talk about that. They will always say, no inventory loading. You don't have to buy product. You never have to buy a thing again. But once you're in, you are encouraged. You are given FOMO. You are told like, oh, but if you just buy this, you got to get this flash sale because you got to be a product of the product. So you got to make sure that you buy. So just buy it. Or they say, hey, you're only like $50 away from hitting that rank. So if you can get somebody, or you could just buy for yourself. Those were things that were literally said to me. So that's how you end up. So they say $200 to $300 a month, but you're actually spending maybe $100 to $150. So then you've only actually maybe, if you're lucky, earned $100 that month. But that's before you have to pay on the taxes. And once you make $600 in a 1099 situation, you're going to get a 1099 at tax season, and you have to pay taxes on it. And I'm not giving tax advice because I cannot. But if any of these recruiters from MLM say, oh, it's a write-off, it's a write-off, please stop taking tax advice from multi-level marketing recruiters. You can mention health concerns, but this is specifically for financial income claims. But you can mention it.
I moved the link up to, it's at the very top.
Perfect.
You refresh the screen. So that is the first thing
I'm
on the
going
page
to
now.
fix my eyeliner right now because it's really
also has
pissing
some
me
people
off.
saying that the broken on Instagram.
That's not the right side.
The,
I must put a giant star right on my
link's
face.
broken on Instagram? What do you...
I don't really know. They said it, I don't know if they're still here. It was before you came on, so.
Is that better? That's a little better. It's just not as big. I didn't realize. Okay, so what other questions? What other questions can I answer?
On April 2nd and 3rd, and I brought it back up on the 4th because
what would negative 200? Right, exactly. What's playing in the background? So Liberty Medical, I still need to email you back. I am live on Instagram with Danielle and Michelle. I'm also live on TikTok. So you are hearing in the background them talking as well. So it's a little crazy over here. But I went to submit my comment today. I need to open my window. I went to submit my comment today, saw there were only 118 comments posted, and like 3 of them were Alonda Carter. So we need to go. You guys, and this is definitely one of those moments where you should not sit back and be like, enough people will comment, right? Like the voter syndrome. My vote won't really matter because enough people will do it. This matters. This absolutely, your vote, your comment absolutely matters. What was the example of the last time something like this happened? The MLM, they put in like 17,000 comments, right?
Yeah, in 2011, the business opportunity rule was passed, and the business opportunity rule, if you read the verbiage of it, it's essentially it's specifically written, it's obviously written for MLM. But during the public comment phase, the DSA managed to get 17,000 comments in support of MLM and against this rule. And there was no anti-MLM movement at the time to combat that. And they were excluded from the business opportunity rule as a result. Okay, so if you didn't hear that over on Instagram, in 2011, the FTC was creating the business opportunity rule, and the DSA, which is the direct sellers association, rallied and got 17,000 people to submit comments that they should not be included in the business opportunity rule. And so then they weren't. And so that's what we need. We need you guys to rally. Like the TikTok, or not the TikTok, the anti-MLM. We need to be the Amway of anti-MLM.
We need to be the anti-Amway MLM, the Amway of anti-MLM. That's what we need to be. We can't sit back and just say, oh, well, the content creators, they'll submit the comments. No. We are, but we also need you. If you watch our content, if you watch Chelsea Suarez, if you watch Jenny Wild, if you listen from Huns to Humans and Michelle at Fallible Spoonie, why am I looking over here? There's no camera over here. If you listen to Roberta Blevins, if you listen to anything there's so many more I could list that is anti-MLM content, you need to comment. You need to submit a comment. And it takes so little time that if you just want to send off a couple lines, this is what I experienced, this is what I've seen. So here's Alonda Carter has also posted comments full of articles about MLMs if you have any scholarly resources. So if you have actual scholarly resources, because Alonda Carter is going super educational on this and she's amazing, then you need to do it. There's just no excuse at this point.
Also, I don't want Alonda's comments to scare people from thinking that they can't write their own. She is doing above and beyond what we need. And
Right.
we love that. If you want to do that, please do it. We absolutely can use that support. But
Yes.
let her, because I was very intimidated when I read her comments. It's expensive.
Right.
Yeah, you're calling on something that we specifically talked about in the comment writing workshop on the Life After MLM, the show on March 19th.
Right. Yes.
That video is on the webpage, the
Yes.
MLMchange.org. And I know it's a long video. Watch it on 1.5 speed or whatever to find what you're looking for. But we went over, like, I want to say, like, 6 or 7 examples of different kinds of comments. And some of them were anonymous, and some of them were one sentence, and some of them were, here's my story, and it was like an MLM horror story.
Hey, Michelle and Danielle,
there are a lot of examples.
Happy Knitting Artist is a great question. If you have screenshots to submit to the FTC but aren't of you, do you need to black out names and other personal type info? That's a great question. No?
I don't think that you need to do that.
I don't think so.
I haven't seen anything that says that, and I haven't been.
Yeah. So I don't think that you need to block out faces, names, anything like that if you're submitting screenshots. The FTC's website is currently down, it looks like. What? I was just there. Maybe we broke it.
I'm looking at it right now.
Mine's working. I don't know. It'll be there. It'll be there. So please, this is why, and Tanya just did hers. So I'm going to be going live frequently over the next couple of days. I'm going to pull a 90-day run, but we're going to do it. My whole focus right now that the Angelique, 32 days. Now that the Angelique drama has kind of settled a little bit, not really, but just a little bit. This is going to be my main focus, is these comments, making sure that we do this. We need your help. I don't know how else to say it. And if I need to, yes, Sydney got hers in. If I need to put on a musical show, like, do I need to go live and sing and do little dances while you submit your comments? Barb is gonna have to make an appearance, I think, for this.
Every person that tells us, well, I just submitted my comment, we need to celebrate like they're our downline and they just ranked up.
I'm gonna make a graphic with all of your faces and that you submitted. Top 5 comments submitted this week. Go. Look at you go. Yes. But we are, like, this is blitz time. I know it's only 33, like we have 32 days left, but we don't have time to get complacent. So Barb is going to do a call to action. Don't worry. Barb will be showing up real soon. Barb's going to be live on TikTok. Yeah, we're going to do it.
I'm adding more to the website all the time right now.
Oh my God, where are my tiny hands?
Right now, the upcoming events section still has something from March 19th because we haven't had an event. So we should plan something so I can put something there under upcoming events.
Okay, perfect.
But other than that, I've been updating the word cloud just to, like, a lot of people are sending me great submissions for the word cloud, and the more times one thing gets mentioned in the word cloud, the bigger it appears in the cloud. That's how they work. And the entire point of that is just to get your mind reeling. It's not something that's going to the FTC or anything like that. It's all just workshopping your comments. So if you need ideas on topics to bring up or things to mention in your comment, look at the word cloud and it might trigger something for you. But that's really the purpose of that.
And this is the best time. Debbie Fletcher, done. Yes, Debbie Fletcher. I wish I had here.
Debbie.
Here, we're going to ring a bell. Debbie Fletcher has submitted her comment.
Mallory, clap your little hands, Debbie.
My kids are playing with them. They're over in the playroom. Here's the other thing. If you're like, oh, this is the one time where I'm going to say to you, remember when you sent all those messages to people where you're like, hey girl, hey hun, I got an opportunity. Now you just send a message and be like, hey, remember when I sent you this message and it was really uncomfortable? I need you to do me a favor now because of that. Can you go to this website and submit a comment about how I made you uncomfortable and how I did not disclose the income? This is that time to like say, I'm going to apologize or whatever. I'm joking. I'm kind of joking. But if you're like, oh, it's just me, this is the time where we're calling on you to also find like people, reach out to your, I'm on Facebook and I'm literally never on Facebook anymore, but I'm hoping that my network on Facebook will be like, Mallory's crazy. And I'm just going to go do this right now.
Make her shut up.
Yeah. How do I make her just shut up? Oh, this was supposed to be ticking and it's not ticking. There we go. MLMchange.org. There we go.
My brother came over to my house yesterday. I said, hey, what do you know about multi-level marketing? Do you have any friends in multi-level marketing? Because he doesn't really follow me on socials or anything like that. So I don't know if he knows anything about it. He goes, I'm sure I do. I know what it is. And I was like, okay, well, you know, I'm going to send you the podcast I did with Roberta so that you know my story.
Yeah.
And then it would be awesome. Like, we talked about how it's creepy and manipulative and deceitful, and how the representatives present it is all of those things and scammy and blah, blah, blah. We talked about it for like 5 minutes. And then I was like, so basically it would really help if you just went, I'll send you the link. And if you just went on there and were like, my sister lost a bunch of money in Beachbody because she was told this and that wasn't true. And that's all.
Right.
And so he's going to do that. And he has nothing to do with MLM. He just loves me.
Right. Right. So if you couldn't hear that, Michelle just said that her brother is going to go on the website and just say, my sister lost a bunch of money, lost a bunch of money in MLM. Here's what I witnessed. Here's what I saw. And then that's enough. It doesn't have to be anything cray cray. Is Cray Cray a word still? Do the cool kids say Cray Cray? Can we talk about how unprofessional reps can be without any consequences? I think that's okay to talk about how the reps can be unprofessional and there are no consequences, but the main focus of this is the income claim. Okay. That is like the really big thing. I think you can share as much as you want, but as long as like the overarching idea is they do not appropriately express how much money you could expect to make. So that's the whole point.
I have another widget in the works for the website that I'm going to try and get up today. That I'll do an announcement about it because it's going to be really great. But I don't want to say what it is in full before I've developed it. Like, technically, because I don't want to make promises I can't keep, which is what all of this is about anyway. So
promises
I'll
you can't keep.
It's done, but it should make constructing a comment easier if that's what's holding you back.
Absolutely. Perfect. Yeah. And I mean, I think that is what is holding some people back is the idea of like writing something. Because, you know, I know when we were in school, high school, college, whatever, writing papers is like, I hate writing papers. And it's not so much about that. It's about like, you don't have to write a paper. You don't have to write a long-winded thing. This is about sharing an experience of how these companies need to say they can't say, you know, this is going to change your life. And what's funny is that the companies necessarily don't. A lot of times you don't see the company necessarily say, this will give you a 6-figure income, but it's then the reps that say it, right? So then if the rep says it and they give you the welcome packet, the join link is going to say, hey, you know, you might average $800 for the year. 99% of our people are going to average $800 for the year. Yes, Miranda just submitted a comment. Woo, she feels good. I feel good.
When I was in my MLM in the team page on Facebook, anytime anyone got a new customer, they would ring the bell, which was basically there was a ring the bell post, and they would just comment on that and ring the bell for their customer, and so that's what went through my head. Anyway, ring the bell. I just wanted to, I have to get off of here, but I want to say real quick, I'm not going to, but if I were to just submit a 1-sentence comment on this entire thing, this is what it would say. If I had been forced to look at, or if I had been provided with the income, the actual accurate earnings potential up front, and then made to wait 48 hours before I could sign up, I would have not lost $4,300 by joining an MLM. That's the entire sentence I would say if I was going to do a one sentence.
Right.
This is, and I mean, so I know some people in the comments when I was just watching, and you weren't 100% sure on the answer.
Yeah.
Some people were asking if the FTC already has some regulations or rules that they're considering and we're just saying, yes, implement them, or if we're giving ideas.
Yeah.
They are taking input on what to include in these rules. So if you think, like me personally, I think the absolute hands down best thing for them to do would be to implement a waiting period where after you're provided with the income disclosure, you have to wait 48 hours or 2 weeks or whatever, any amount of time before you can legally sign up. And I think that that would save so many people from joining.
Yeah.
And also, if anyone has any ideas about how to make this enforceable, because what I'm thinking is that Huns are going to have preloaded accounts that are already sitting in the waiting queue.
Right.
So they're going to say, oh, I talked to Michelle. She needs to wait 48 hours. I'm planning to talk to her tomorrow. Let me set up an account for her.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot. If you have ideas of how to enforce these things, you know, they're taking those
ideas, and just if you have them, because it's not our job to,
right.
It's not our job to do that. It's
right. Exactly. And the other way that you can help is by spreading this message is share this video, share the reel that we all got together and made asking for help, share those things as much as you can so that it gets out to people that maybe you don't even know, but because it's being shared, the TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook algorithm is going to go, this video is being shared by a lot of people. Let's get it out to more eyes. It's not about our faces. It's about what we're saying. And we need to get that out to as many people as possible. Yeah. 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 All right. So I am going to go have my lunch now.
Nice to see you.
Who's here?
I'm leaving.
Oh, you're leaving. Yes. I'm going to go have my lunch and then get back to work. So if you have any more questions, feel free to DM me, share this video, and we will, Andrea just hopped on, and then we will answer your questions, but go submit your comments. Yes. All right, everybody. I'm going to go. Have a great day, and I will talk to you all later. Bye. Okay. Bye, YouTube. Bye, Facebook.